and she has a great big smile on her face. And she points. You thought you could get away from us, didn't you?
What?
Is this the head priestess? I'm trying to remember what she was called.
No, this is not the basically grandmother.
Yeah. Who is
But it is a short leg, and
Okay.
she is looking at Duck specifically. Stare.
She blinks, and then she
Duck? You done something?
and she flops onto her back. I didn't do it.
And the pony advances. It starts giving belly rub. Belly.
She's ticklish.
Now
It's rather adorable.
this is how this works. Us short legs know how to take care of other short legs. Now I know you love her very, 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 very much, forever and ever. But you need help. So I am coming along as your doula, she says, bobbing her head.
As doula?
She tilts her head. Did he not teach you anything about giving birth? She says, wobbling her hooves at you.
I know enough that in an emergency I could do it.
It's like a midwife, except I make sure that the mother is actually prepared for the entire task. I will have her head put on perfectly straight so she knows exactly what's going on, and she will approach it with strength and readiness, and then she will be able to hug her child when it's all over, and they'll be so happy, and that's when I know my job is done.
Well, you're going to probably have to fight my mother for that job. Good luck.
She inclines her head. Oh, well, I mean, that just helps. She nods.
Oh, God. We're so outnumbered.
I trust there are no objections. Glance.
I'll look to Duck. Any objections?
I feel like it's probably a good thing, she says, not understanding the situation.
Fantastic. Lashta be praised. She says,
Lashta be praised.
Then it looks like no issues.
Congratulations. You gained a short legs birth attendant. Isn't that a glorious thing?
I like to imagine that Thumbtack is just in the corner back over here, like in the place where the machine was. Just kind of like looking all sad and depressed.
Which Thumbtack notices that there's a piece of paper on the floor. And people are just so rude, just leaving their junk. And this is not even a place that has a table. It's like somebody had to come over here and just put down a piece of paper. That's just rude.
He looks at the paper.
There is some writing on the paper.
He squints at it. Oi, right then.
Squint.
Got the words there, do? He says, reading said words. Oh man, David is typing.
Anticipation builds.
He gives a little excited squee, and picks up the paper, rolls it up, puts it in his bag of holding, and then very promptly takes out a gold coin and leaves it in the place of the paper, and scuttles off this way. He looks really incredibly smug, by the way. Smuggin'.
Well, is there anything else anybody else desperately wants to do? If not, I wish to take those that were responsible for putting the old one back to sleep and present them to the Queen as our heroes to Everglow, or whatever we might call this place.
to the landmass formerly known as Everglow.
Yeah.
Good place.
Although we'd have to rope in a few more players to truly present everybody who is responsible.
I know. It's something I want to do in characters. Basically, present them to the Queen, because I feel that the fact that we all went in.
What blog posts are for?
It's something what they should be at least have an audience with. It's an in-character thing. I mean, they can't make it. But I dragged
Oh,
their
I
characters
agree.
first.
Oh, I agree. It's a great idea. It makes perfect sense.
Well, we've got Moonlight here, so
It's a shame
dragging
that
you
we
off,
can't somehow arrange
kicking and
for
screaming.
all of the players involved to be part of that.
Yeah,
Be quite a challenge.
it would.
Also, did Duck just fall off?
It's loading.
I think Jane's about to show up.
I don't think Jane. Oh, Jane is right here. Hello,
Speaking of
Jane.
devil,
I
Are
cannot
you
tell
there,
you
Jane?
Hello?
how swanky Thumbtack's walk is right now.
I thought he flies most places.
Oh man, he's swanking right now.
Hello.
And there you go, implying that you can't fly in a swank.
Fair? Is there a roll for that? I'd definitely roll it.
Seriously, Jane, are you there?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Now I hear you.
Just about.
Try not to be interrupted.
So you all gather here. One moment, as I find the thing. What?
I'll just let supporting know what we're doing. I'm taking you all with an audience with the Queen.
Oh, that does make sense for our epilogue here.
Yeah, that includes you, Moonlight.
And it's pretty much in character to say that Ember may have heard and just didn't bother to show up.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much the established character of Enduring Ember that he just wants to get hermit and go away.
Well, I will, if I can,
You all buzz off.
I'll grab him and try and bring him along.
No.
Ooh, turn that music.
You can't make me come. I'm an adventurer.
Ooh, royal fanfare.
Right. I imagine that was what you were saying, Ember, but
For some reason, it's not playing for me, which bothers me.
Oh, I can hear it.
Well, I'm
It's
glad
not-
you can hear it at least.
It's not started for me yet, but I bet it'll start in, 30 seconds?
Give or take.
No, just stopped.
Yeah, because I stopped it.
Oh, number 7.
I have 7 of them, as it turns out. Oh, wait. There's one last place I can check. Might be out of my way. Oh my god, these things like to pop up in my way. Nobody
Nope.
asked me you. Oh, wow. Okay, the volume is just set to like nothing on that. All right. Fixing.
Well, that would explain why some of us couldn't hear it.
What? No. I mean, my sound output, like the general mixer for Windows, was set to like nothing for Foundry. So it's like, well, that explains why I hear nothing. Now I'm going to click play on one of these. Okay, now that's not the right music for this occasion.
No.
How about you? No. How about you? Sure, why the heck not? Alright, as you are led in, the various ponies of Villa Town gathered around. Although, they're not allowed to come in past like the midway mark, but they're still gathering all up in this throne room. Queen Ileana standing proud and tall at the forefront, and she's looking to you, the sealess of prisms. Come, step forward.
I will bow, Your Majesty, and step forward.
She gives a smile. Now, you are not the highest-ranking leader amongst my various forces. There are those who carry greater distinctions and heavier badges. But you've done something. No, they might look at you with jealous eyes. For you did not just save the Pony Empire. You didn't even just save Everglow. You weren't satisfied with that, were you? No, you had to go and save the entire world. She's shaking her head almost like reproachingly. Oh, how greedy. You've taken this chance away from all the others. And she leans in. Please do keep it up.
I plan to do it for many years, but know this, I could not do it alone.
And she nods. It's precisely why I wanted you to bring your friends. She's looking over to the other ones now.
Duck is just kind of sits down and thinks to herself, "Gosh, is this what it feels like to be friend-zoned?"
Silver meanwhile inclines her head deeply towards the queen in mute acknowledgement of the implied praise.
Let me
give a polite bow.
Let me introduce all those that are with us today. I believe you are familiar with Specialist Silver Rose and Specialist Supporting Role. But also let me introduce you to...
Pretty shakes her head. No, that is not correct. That cannot be. No, I don't like it. Shake. Now, last I checked, I'm the queen. I get to decide these things. And she smiles somewhat winsomely. Now, the problem I see is that we don't have a proper rank for this sort of thing. But that's easily fixed, isn't it? She says, bringing her two foreheads together. No, you and your friends have stepped outside the usual line, file in order. So I present to all of you a new title. And she inclines her head as a pony rushes off, comes back with a really large-looking fancy box. And with a glowing horn, that pony cracks open the box. I present to you the title of Hero, for I don't think any other title would quite fit. And there are these really big, fancy-looking badges to pin upon you. And she is already moving to grab one and begin the pinning.
Wow, what a time for it to have cut off.
Duck nearly swoons at the fact that Steel is a hero. Look at that.
Yes, you have all been deemed of the title of hero. And she inclines her head. Now, don't think that this is just a folly of my part, of simple vanity. Let's be frank, shall we? A hero is quite difficult to manage in the hierarchy of an armed force. Most of them don't like taking orders from those who have not been tested, who have not been pressed against the flame of destiny itself. No, you stand aside, but you are a member. We respect you, and we would hope that you would return that favor. And she smiles. But you don't fit inside the hierarchy that we have built for ourselves. Don't you agree?
Except for you remain our queen, of course.
She inclines her head, her ears splayed. As long as I serve our people, that will remain true.
But this is true. I could lead troops, but my operations are a little bit different to that of a soldier on the battlefield.
She claps her hooves together. You could, but that would be a waste of your talents. No. Your abilities require some discretion and initiative. You need to not be underneath my hoof, unless I have direct need of things. You are an independent agent, and she smiles, an adventurer. The one who wears this, as she happily continues going pin, 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 pin. She's happily pinning the party. She does, however, note, if you don't want to be a part of the armed forces, I really shouldn't pin this on you.
I feel like Thumbtack is somewhere nearby, crossing his hooves and putting his nose up. Oi, right not then, I? The badge is too big for me. Didn't even think about getting the small ones, you?
She inclines an ear. Oh, what are you talking about? Look right here. She points into the box.
And he like does that like cartoonish kind of like opens one eye and like looks very like he's like you know, he's just like looking over. Hmm. What's in the box?
In the box is what looks to be a small box, like a little ring box, like what you would literally tuck a wedding ring into.
Oh man, he definitely jumps onto the edge of the bigger box to look at the other one inside. And he looks up. Oh, you really did think of everything, didn't you? And he pulls it up.
Her horn glows as she pops open, boop, and inside is a little tiny badge of rank.
Oh man. He picks it up and he looks at it. He squints. Oh, how'd they get the engravings that small, you? Looks like
She inclines her head. Well, we did have to pay a little extra for that, but I would say you are worth the effort.
Oh boy, he pins that on himself and he does a backflip off the box. He's being incredibly showy right now.
As she smiles, you have done well, and frankly, I believe you deserve a bit of a vacation. So consider yourself off duty for at least. She glances over to the clock, which doesn't have a date on it, but she's looking at it anyway. Let's say a month or the next end of the world, whichever comes first.
Oh boy.
And Thumbtack raises his talon. Oi, question!
Hmm?
I'm not fighting any more slimy things, I'm not. Right asses they are.
She inclines her head. Well, I would hope not. I would think most of them could be handled by people of lesser rank. But if we did happen to find some slimy something that could not be defeated by our armies, we might call a party.
He thinks. Right then, I'll have to consider that if the time comes then. He hides somewhere.
And we would more than happy accept that call should it come.
She smiles. I've never had a moment of doubt in you.
Duck is doing that thing where like she's
Now,
like, looking at her.
I will point out, she is looking at Silver directly. Right at Silver. Right at you. And she steps closer. Now you, I've been so unfair to you. You are the result of my mistakes. She gently places a hoof on your shoulder. I hope it hasn't been too uncomfortable.
Oh, not at all. I am grateful for the opportunity that the experiments have opened for me, especially in accomplishing this feat of bringing the sun back.
She smiles. Let us hope that it never falls to the point that we consider that a good idea again. I will consider finding our heroes amongst those who are born to it rather than trying to force the hands of destiny itself. She inclines her head. Though I am gladdened to hear that it worked well for you. She looks to the rest of you. Now, I don't mean to be rude, but I do have to see so many people. They're just waiting their turn.
Thumbtack
Queen
raises.
has many responsibilities.
And she nods. Oh, yes, oh, yes. As it turns out, being a queen is not a part-time job.
Wah,
Nope.
wah. Duck is doing that thing where she's just like looking at the badge, like she's like, it's like pinned
Look
on
at
her,
it,
but
it's so
she's like,
shiny!
yeah, she's like pulling it off her, like she's like pulling it just slightly so like the cloth comes off of her, off herself a little bit, and she's like looking at it, and she's like got the huge all smile on her face, smile. Gosh, Mom's gonna be so proud.
I will also, before I do turn and leave, I will probably whisper quietly to the Queen and also let her know that the short legs have also been found and safe housing has been found for them.
He perks his ear, looking surprised. She sits up. Wait, what? Really? When was this?
Not long before the other thing happened. We were getting them established, and I was planning to come and let you know, but
Will they come here? She says to me for a little bit. I can't have that happen again.
they are not one for big cities.
However, she does look over and she sees a short leg hanging out with your short leg.
Yeah.
And it seems not all of them are averse. And the other one tilts her head. No, I'm with her until she pops. And she goes, oh,
I'm gonna pop.
you're going to explode with happiness and joy.
Ah! She like looks like aghast as if such a thing she didn't know was possible. It's like that SpongeBob episode where he learned that he could break his laugh box. It's kind of like that.
No. Now, let's go over your diet as she's like just guiding you away.
Yeah, fair. Thumbtack is snickering.
You eat how much bread?
Yeah, that's probably going to come up.
What's your diet? Pumpernickel? What?
this is when you get thumped on the head. Boom.
Oh dear. But yeah, I'll let the Queen know about that. And
Well, be sure to tell them next time you're by that way that they're completely welcome here. We'll keep them nice and safe.
I'll be sure to instruct them to pay you a visit.
Nods. Oh, visits would be nice too. Oh, this is lovely. Okay. Next. I'm ready for more official duties.
I will bow and walk backwards before then turning and leaving.
Oi,
And
watch
so
where you
you
stepping, you.
depart the castle. What's that?
I said, oi, watch where you stepping, you. Said he stepped backwards.
Walking backwards. British.
Shouldn't turn your back on royalty right away.
It's just
Yeah,
you.
you can turn around and catch up.
Now I'm turning back to you guys because I feel like I've hit all the major notes. Do you have anything else you want to do on this, your epilogue?
I mean, Thumbtack might want to definitely fight his debtors and show him their very fancy badge, but that was not here nor there.
Moonlight will tell Silver as she's leaving that she, Whispering and Gentle, are setting up in Town for the future.
Town, the place that
Town. I keep wanting to make it a Y sound.
the J is silent. Town.
Regilla.
Really? It's because I always say it with a J.
Yes, but the J is silent.
I gotta pronounce it. Can't stop it.
Okay, so all this time it was Villatown?
Is this Town? Yeah. Like village. Town.
Okay. I always pronounced it like you pronounce a Y in a lot of Spanish.
Town is also acceptable.
Okay, Villatown.
And the only thing it's specifically not is Town.
Okay.
It's not Town.
Anyway, Silver would look quite delighted at the thing that Moonlight whispers to her about Gentle and Whispering and Moonlight coming to settle in Villatown.
At least until we get dragged away on some weird trip.
So, elsewhere, probably back in Heath, a small...
I'm trying to remember what
sorry.
was the town we started off in, actually.
What?
Where was the town we saved and our base of operations was?
Heath.
Heath.
Yeah.
It's this
And
place!
Porting Roll would actually want to stay in Heath because she kind of made a home there.
I'm not stopping you. This is me not stopping you. Anyway, here's Heath. Whee!
I
I mean, it's got flutter ponies. It's the only place that has flutter ponies.
feel like at this point, Thumbtack is telling anybody who listens his new idea for a bulletproof vest, which involves taping babies all over one's body, because no one would dare shoot a baby.
Oh god. Actually, what I was going to get to is, assuming at some point you go back to Heath, yeah?
At the very
Yeah.
minimum, I will be going back to there because that's where my
But-
home is.
Specifically the Thumbist of Tax.
Oh man, is that
I mean,
like
that's still where you live, right?
refresh me. Is this like the Las Vegas of this?
This is where the tavern was.
Thumbtack is wherever the quote Las Vegas gambling high center would be. I'm not sure where that would be in this.
Oh, I mean, you guys never actually officially found that on the map. We can assume it's there somewhere. Okay,
find
so
it
in
someday.
that place, what's that?
That sounds like an adventure for you to have.
Oh. Well,
Oh, man.
I'm getting there. You guys won't let me do it. So over there, probably on the beach, because that's just how you roll, you were showing off this incredible medal to your debtors, and they're squinting at you. And one of them just casually points a dagger that's about as large as you are at you as well. The way I see it. We could just take that, call it even, now, couldn't we?
And he has a very smug expression, one that I probably have art of somewhere that I am definitely looking for as we speak. As he keeps the dagger there and he kind of pushes it away. Oi, right, wouldn't touch me, you. And he's smugging. Right, you call it even then. I'll be fine with it if you are. And he flicks his tail, flick.
Little bubble off there.
What was that?
So I said, just go ahead and take off that little bobble there.
Well, this one. And he flashes it like in a way that it would catch some light and just like shine in their eyes, like.
Yeah, that one, little prick.
He smirks. Oh no, I like this one. I do. Look, it's all shiny, and he does it again.
Well, that's the price, freaking jackass. Take that thing off, and then maybe we won't kill you.
He looks left. He looks right. And he considers. He considers. I don't think I will. And then he jets off. Woo!
Oh. And so Thumbtack is forced to flee again.
Oh man, what a little shit. It had this energy to it. Look at Shardbringers. This is this is the energy right here.
No.
Oh yeah, yep.
I know. I have the work in progress of this one from an artist a long time ago, but it's pretty much the same energy.
Yep. See, I feel like I did Thumbtack Epilogue reasonably.
Yep, that's pretty much how it would go. He's too proud of his badge and hasn't showed enough people that he doesn't want to give it up yet.
No, he can't do it.
Nah, he can't.
Jane, we need to give you some Epilogue.
First of all, one of the things I'm going to do, because as I said, I'm going back to the town with the tavern, aka Kahith or whatever. Yes, I will continue staying there because I literally had unless I'm willing to able to recruit my one friend to try again. Although I'm not sure whatever happened to that little sproutling. Unless I'm able to convince her to come with me to, help me create my new home. But I thought like Kahith seemed to become my home, so I'm honestly okay living there. Although I'm definitely, if there was a call to arms, I would be ready. But so the first thing I would do, though, now that the adventure is over, is actually try to gather everyone's information. Like I would go out and try to gather everyone's
business cards
of the adventure, basically, because I would like to eventually put on my grand spectacle of a performance about basically the entire story of how from the first town getting lit up.
You will perform the literal operatic demonstration of the Shardbringers.
And of course, obviously, it's musical.
Obviously. Come on.
I mean, it's Pony kind. If it's not a musical, it's not done.
Obviously, somebody messed up.
They named the sea after me. Sorry.
Okay, that is fair. Do you guys have anything else you want to do before we close this book gently? And we cry
I'm also
into our arms.
Other minor thing I want to bring up is with the interaction with my quote short-legged companion. I am curious to see how he and me interact, depending on if he is very supportive and open and willing
Well, I can just skip right to that. So what the next day after you get back from Villa Town and gain your nifty badge? Yeah.
that bad.
What's that?
Yeah, bad.
Yeah, you got a badge. It's so fancy. He is there. He's actually right in front of the door when you just like arrive. He opens the door for you. Oh, come on in. Breakfast is ready, he says, just trotting off. Your friends stopped by. They said they wanted to have lunch. And he wobbles a hoof. I told them you might be able to make it or not. I mean, that was a really long trip there. I wish the teleporter still worked. Those are cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had to go see the queen. Apparently, I'm still technically one of her specialists, and she had to give me this medal. I hold up my medal.
And he bounces over to you. Bounce, 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 bounce. And he's now looking at your badge. Ooh. Did you earn that?
I will smile. I want to smile at him and be like, "Yes, it's a very interesting thing. I'm still not sure."
And I point out he's currently polishing it.
Oh, thank you. You are very eager to assist me, aren't you? I'll be like sitting down, eating a little bit of the.
He said, "Well, I mean, we're married, aren't we? So it's mine too, and I'm very proud of both of us."
Well, I mean, you are a very nice little guy. I will give him a pat on the head. I think
he seems really happy.
If anything, I'm gonna need some time to figure it out a little bit, but you know what? I think I'm gonna be okay with this. I had to help out with fighting.
He clops his hooves together. Ooh! I'll make your favorite lunch.
That would be wonderful. It's been a long, long adventure. Even for me, I wasn't there. That's why I'm going to need your help going on and gathering everyone's stories.
A really long boat ride, isn't it? That's like days. He says, rolling his eyes and sees
it. It took a while. Me and you, we're going to have to go out together. We're going to have to gather the stories everyone leaves about.
Well, if I'm with you, then it's okay. I guess I'm not.
Because my goal is to start a grand play about all the adventures that happened in bringing the world back to the light.
That sounds exciting. Is it going to be exciting? Is there going to be like epic fights and people will be like pretending they're dead and stuff? That'd be cool.
A lot of crazy stuff happened. What shall be praised indeed?
Shall I be praised and or chastised? We're not sure.
Yes, I will have to go out. Would you mind assisting me with that? We're not in any rush now, of course.
He tilts his head left. He tilts his head right. Why would I mind that?
I don't know. I'm just making
sure.
He
thrusts his screws up in the air. We're married now.
Part of my goal is to make sure you're happy as well, is it not?
Well, he taps his chin. Tap, tap, tap. I guess that's true. Okay. He leans in. He reveals to you his favorite lunch. And that's how you know he's serious.
So, like, he just leans in really seriously and tells me, like
tuna on rye, thanks.
Well, that's wonderful to know. I will have to make sure to gather those ingredients when we go shopping then sometimes.
He claps his hands together. Just knowing that you made it is what makes it taste even better.
I'll give him a nice little hug. And I imagine that will lead into...
There are hugs returns.
Like, of course, we're prioritizing the people who would be the more adventure type who want to stick around town. And then, of course, sticking with the people who are probably a little bit more willing to settle down after the whole thing. Eventually, I will put on
his head. You should... There was that kind of sourpuss who likes making things explode. That guy. you should probably get him first. I think he was about to leave.
Oh yeah, we'll get. Thank you. Let's go. Run out the door.
All right, epilogue complete. I think. Is everybody happy?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time to consider a
Oh,
character.
and minor thing also is eventually, if it does feel like if he's willing to be that open, I will eventually reveal my doppelganger part. I imagine, him being as wholesome as he is, he doesn't mind.
He'd probably
I
start
will-
gushing about how
my
cool that
character
is. Wait, you could be
Yeah.
anything you want? Ah, that's so cool. I wish I could do that.
So
Can you
then
be tall?
eventually,
Can you be short? Can you be fat? Can you be skinny?
I can be many things.
Ah, that's
I'll
so
show off
cool.
a little bit after this video.
I-
But yeah, so
I
then
can only be
I
small and
eventually will
cute.
settle
Smile.
down with him. But I will be prepared that, if something ever happened, I will be ready.
There you go. All right. I hope you all had a perfectly wonderful time with this campaign. Boy, it was a heck of a campaign, wasn't it?
I have one question.
I have
Is our
possibly
firstborn
more than one answer.
is our firstborn swallow like we saw in the Tempest?
No, of course. Yes, it is.
I don't know. There might have been he might have been the secondborn for I know.
Damn you, Tapas. Always throwing the curveballs. Ah. Well, you guys are very distracted with Tempest for a little while.
Yeah, that was one of the places everybody wanted to go poke at.
Yeah, it was basically Tempest Week. Tempest Week.
But the only other thing I would do is come spring, I will take Duck to go and visit the short legs when Lashtarta shows up.
Hey, and that is when she will happily dispense the various blessings upon happy couples. Speaking of which, there would be several, and by several, I mean possibly a couple of dozen, short legs who would gather around you and push you forward, shove, and they're like all pointing at you. And Lashada is slightly confused at this, and she tilts her head left, and she tilts her head right, and then points at the two of you and go, they've been together for some time. They performed a dance, and she tilts her head. Oh, no, they're still dancing. Good job. She seems pleased. But the crowd all shakes their head, shake, and they point. No, they deserve the blessings. They saved the sun. Blessed up, and they all start chanting. Blessed up. Lashada tilts her head left and tilts her head right. Well, if my children insist on it, she approaches with a gentle smile. Now, normally, this comes along with ensuring that you live together happily and dance successfully for many, many, many moons, he says, sweeping a hoof through the air. But you have already come together. Do you still wish this blessing?
Yes. As I wish to be happy for many moons and many more dances. With
she looks to the little short leg.
Oh man, she's so blushy right now.
That's a lot of dancing.
A goddess hoof lands upon your cheek gently. Go on. Don't be shy. You are my child.
Who's this to?
You.
Oh, what's happening? Sorry.
Oh, Lashada put a hoof on your blushy cheek and was just like, oh, don't be scared. You are my child after all.
And she looks at the hoof and she nuzzles it back because she doesn't know what to do with this.
And now I feel like now there's like a session of pet, nuzzle, pet, nuzzle, pet. And she tilts her head. I think I have to take that as a yes. She nods confidently.
And she says, yes, I think. She nods.
Well, there you go. And then she looks to Steel. You have worked long and hard. She raises her hoof to her chin. 10 years?
Again.
It was just 1 year. It's complicated. But you worked very hard to make sure that my children were safe. And so that means, I think, she says, now putting a hoof back through her chin, that I owe you an extra special blessing. And the group is all like, yes, 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 yes. And she smiles. So to the two of you, I part the greatest blessing I have. She bows her head gently, and you can feel a strange warmth bubbling from your insides, percolating to various bits that I can't mention in this call because rating. Look, I have limits, yo. What do you want?
Duck does not complain. I'm sure she won't.
As I check this thing, here we go. I actually want to just grab this. Oh, boy, this would have been convenient while you were still on an adventure, but well, you get it now. Boop. I believe there's another one. Oh, here we go. Yes. You would also get this one. Oh, how fancy.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Jam pie. She slaps you both with 2 boons.
And she quacks.
She smiles. You know well the dance of life, and hopefully you will continue to dance for many, many, many years to come.
Every
She
single
nods.
night, miss.
Now, who's next to dance? And like, there's a pony just immediately jumps. Oh, me, and off they go. La Chata does not idle during the spring festival.
I feel like it's Seal the one setting the limits.
Hmm?
Because if there's no limit set, she's just gonna keep asking for more kids.
It's going to be a big family.
Well, yeah, I should point out the minor boon only works until 1 kid happens, and then it stops being a thing. Then you have to go back and say, oh, please, can I do that again? Well, fine. Yay!
Yes.
Yep.
Also, would Duck accept that if a supporting role did occasionally send her out, like either shows outright or invitations to be part of a show, would Duck accept some of them?
Oh man, you know it.
I was going to say, that feels like an easy...
Had your maternal duties taking place first
Now,
before
see,
those invites.
if I was really good at video editing, then I would make the you can dance if you want to, but La Chata.
Time to make a make a chaotic neutral necromancer whose catchphrase is "Let's Tata be raised."
Oh.
You stop that. All right. Thank you all for playing in this absolutely bonkers shenanigans that we kept going for 9 months. I want to say 9 months.
Yep.
Not many games managed to run that long.
I mean, that was 9 months at 4 games a week. That was a lot of games. Just saying.
More than 9 months.
Is it more than that? I thought it was like. I mean,
It
9
started in
months
March.
is like February-ish. Yeah, it's like, it was 8 or 9 months-ish. Definitely wasn't longer than that.
Yeah.
I basically started it as the world exploded. And I was like, wow, this world's exploding. Maybe I should put a smile on somebody's face. And so I started this game. Did it work?
Yeah.
Hooray!
Oh,
Alright,
it's
you-
right working.
You all take it easy. I'll see you later.
Bye. All right, say bye to the stream. Bye, stream. Bye.
Bye, stream.